Alrighty, good evening to all of you. Good afternoon and good morning from ever you will be watching me. So yeah, this is Amnasan back with another live streaming, and I hope that was a great surprise. Before the streaming, I just got it done. So how are you doing, guys, today? Leave me in the comments and tell me how are you doing today. From where are you watching and tuning in? And for today's live streaming, I got a topic basically. It's a Q&A, you can say, or a topic of customizing your resume, because I have been receiving a lot of questions on it. Also, many of my clients, many of my network professionals, even graduates were like curious to know more about it, that how we can customize their resume for the job search and what are the results. One of my client said to me that, hey Amna, just tell me one quick tip or just a quick way out to just make things easier, that I don't have to customize my job roles in the resume for the application, and I can only use my resume for all the job roles. So I was like, well, this is very, very interesting. I have to talk on it, and I should be doing a live streaming on it. So then the later part is very much, between me and her, that what we talk on it for customizing the resume. So I just thought that I would come and talk on it related to the tips and techniques that how we can customize or modify the resume for our job search, and that can be used for the job applications. So yeah, I'm seeing the comments. Who is with us? Just let me know. Okay, so Muhammad Sami is there. Yes, good afternoon from your side, watching from Riyadh. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you would be getting some insights on customizing the resume if you are trying to apply a job further in your career. So thank you very much for tuning in, and feel free to looking up the questions related to the job search, resume writing, customizing your resume. That how actually it works, right? So number one tip I want to share with you all is read the job description carefully. So, okay, most important thing is whatever I will share with you guys today, it is all based on my personal and professional experience, because I've been through this all situations in life and career that I've been applying to the job applications. I'm not listening any news. So what was the reasons? Then I research more on it, and still I do research a lot. So what is actually happening? So the number one tip is to read the job descriptions carefully whenever you want to apply to some certain job roles you're looking for, or the target roles you're looking for, right? So let's say like if you are a finance manager or accounts executive or a ACCA member, and you are trying to find out the job roles related to your field, right? And you want to apply, you already have your resume. Now, what to do? First and foremost thing is you have to read the job description very carefully. What it says actually, what are the key skills mentioned there? What are the requirements mentioned in the job description? Okay, then only you have to think about the applying. Applying the resume to the certain job application is a later part. First, we need to read the job description actually, that what the employer is asking for. I have been in the same time that I was applying, randomly, crazily, because again, when we are in the job search process and we don't know these tips and techniques before, so we do all the same things by the time we learn, right? So reading the job description carefully will help you to understand that what employer is asking for. If that employer is asking and you already got that in your profile, you know those things, then is the second part that you would be starting your general resume. Okay, this is the very, very tricky part, I must say, because most of the candidates do Just create the resume and then start applying. Or you try to contact with the resume writer, and whatever the resume writer have prepared for you, you just start applying jobs. Number one thing is so important to read the job description carefully. Okay. Second is to start with a general resume. Now, what is a general resume? If the question you might be having in your mind, now what is a general resume? Okay. So one is your professional resume, which you will make it later, or which you will ask by the resume writer or CV writer that make it one format. Okay. So when you have carefully read the job description, you have to start jotting down or collecting the information in one document. So general resume means make your simple, clear template of your resume. Means open your Microsoft Word in front of you, okay, and start writing the skills employer is asking. Start writing the objectives you've gotten, your goals and the mission. Start writing about your experiences in that, okay, and then start actually preparing your general, very much general resume. It's nothing specific in there. Whatever your experience is there, just try to mention there. Whatever the skills are there, try to mention in that document. Right now, basically, you are preparing your general resume after reading that job description. Okay, this is the second point, very important, that you need to highlight your skills, your summary, your experience, your achievements in Microsoft Word file in front of you. Okay, this is the second tip I want to share, or you can say a second step maybe, right? Then what's next? Tip number 3 is make a general list of skills. Now what you have to do is that simply write down or start writing the general skills in you. Think about it. What type of skills you possess? It could be soft skills, it could be hard skills, it could be technical skills, and we will talk about skills in the later part of this streaming. But just start writing the skills, okay, in that Word document. It could be communication skills, it could be reading, writing skills, it could be teamwork, it could be creativity, it could be independability, it could be leadership, it could be listening skills too at the same time. And then you can list down your all general skills related to computer skills or technical skills. If you're an engineer, you know some tools. If you are a doctor, you have some medical skills in you. You have been working on some instruments. If you are a manager, accounts manager, so you have some other skills too at the same time. So make a general list of skills. Skills, all the way skills, right? Try out. This is the number third point. You got it, right? So first is reading the job description carefully, what you're applying for. Number 2 is make a general resume. So right now we are making a general resume, nothing professional or nothing specific basically. Okay? And third point is in front of you, which is make a general list of skills, whatever skills you possess. Okay? So I would share an example in front of you in a moment of a skill that how it can work basically and how we can elaborate those skills. Right, so let's check in who is watching and what are the questions. So I would love to take the questions simultaneously. So it would be great, I think, for you guys. So Anwar, thank you very much for the greetings. Thank you very much for joining in. Okay, so Karam is asking, with start of general resume, my resume will be so much lengthy, around 4 to 5 pages. Absolutely, it will be. It will be for sure. Okay, but right now we are basically keeping in mind that we have to apply the job. Okay, so we cannot prolong this process at the same time. Okay, so try to when you are preparing the general resume, try to make things brief, okay? Try to summarize things in a very brief form right now. So I'm just about to share one skill example also. I just want to share. Okay, and stay tuned, Karam, because more tips are coming. That after making the general resume, what is the next part, and how we have to actually categorize our skills. Okay, so here is an example in front of you that if that job description is asking about the leadership skill in you, okay, so you have to actually summarize or paraphrase or explain a little bit more about that skill, right? So you see in front of you, I lead a team of 20 developers, design and implement an application to check and compare retail prices. So here his leadership skills are speaking, and how many members he lead basically, or how many teams he leads. So he lead a team of 20 developers. So here his leadership skills are getting, like, approve on it, that he does it. It's not only that we are mentioning about the leadership skills. That's it. We are actually explaining a little bit brief about it. Okay, so like that, think about those skills in the general resume, and then try to think that where you have used those skills and how you have used those skills. Okay, because most of the recruiters and employers like to read or like to know more about it, and then later definitely in interview process it will be discussed about more. Okay, so next we move on to categorize your skills, right? Okay, so categorize those skills. So again, we are in the process of making general resume right now. We are mentioning the skills of yourself, of your personality, of your profession. Now we have to categorize those skills, right? So what is the category, or what is the, if we say a generic category of skills? So I have just listed down three of them in front of you, which is job-related skills, transferable skills, and adaptive skills. Okay, so job-related skills, if we talk about number one, which is all about those skills you do on a job, right? So maybe some type of tool you can work on, your computer skills, your job-related skills, whatever your profession is, basically. Okay. Then the transferable skills. Transferable skills are those skills maybe they can use in a different form. Let's say you can speak more than one language or more than two languages you can speak. So means you have a speaking skills more than one or two language. Maybe you have to use one tool at your workplace, a software, and you learn basically to use it, and that can be utilized in your department. Those are your transferable skills. Okay, and then adaptive skills are those skills basically we learn a lot by the time. We improve ourselves by the time, right? So in the learning process in your life and career, what are you adapting basically? Maybe it could be communication skills, the way you improve to communicate, the way you communicate to interact with the team, the way you basically involve in the team. So teamwork, leadership, creativity is also a adaptive skills. And honestly, in myself, if I talk about, I was creative, okay. Like my family, my friends says that since childhood I was a creative person, but somehow in my education, in my career, I was so busy that I didn't utilize those creative skills. But now back in the game, I'm utilizing those creative skills by you know using LinkedIn more efficiently, taking care of my YouTube channel. If you see my YouTube channel, how I, put up my creativity, how I'm trying to put up creativity, and so on. In my work also, how I try to more come up with the creative ideas actually. Right. So again, think about those skills if you possess, and then categorize those skills in the general resume. Right now we are talking about, right. So moving on to your questions or the comments, let's check in. Okay, so who have joined us? Muhammad Asrar is joining us. Good evening. Thank you very much. And then you're asking about the headlines of the resume. Resume will be 3 to 4 page. Yes, of course. So right now we are basically making or creating our general resume just for the job search. It's this resume, it's fine. It would be 3 to 4 pages because you're working on it. I always advise or suggest that before applying to a certain job, just give a time to that job application. Give a time to your resume rather than to just keep on sending 50 jobs application or 50 times resume in a day and not listening a single call for it. So if you provide your efforts, your energy, your time on a single application, believe me guys, you will be listening some good news or some good opportunities or a call maybe from that recruiter. Trust me, it will happen with you. Okay. Um, all right, so 3 to 4 pages, no worries, get it done. Right now you're preparing for your actually customized resume. Okay. And then you have talked about the headline of the resume. Yes, headline of the resume is so important that what we how we take it basically. So on the top of the resume is your name, your contact details, just so prompt, okay, that the reader can understand who you are and where they can reach you. And then comes the headline of the resume, which you can call a personal statement of yourself, or you can say a mission statement, which should be again a bold statement actually, and your resume that recruiter, employer, or reader can understand that who you are, what do you do, how many years of experience you've gotten, and then what you can provide, right? So this is the headline actually of the resume. So you are asking to show the samples of the resume. Yes, feel free to connect with me. I can show you the samples and the way I create the resumes and how it works. So you're more than welcome to connect with me and be in touch. All right, moving on. And I hope my answers help you. So feel free. Okay, moving on to tip number 5. Once you categorize the skills, now you have to highlight the skills. Okay, that either what I have mentioned, the skills are matching with the job description. Now, what you will do, in front of you, you have the general resume, okay, at one tab, and the next tab will be your job description, what you're trying to apply for, okay. Then you will highlight your skills. What skills job description is asking for or employer is looking for. Is that in you? You have to highlight in the Microsoft Word document you're preparing, okay. What other skills the employer is looking for? Keep on now highlighting those skills you already mentioned in that general resume, okay? And leave the rest. So now it's the time to highlight your skills. Pick up those relevant skills which that job description or job application needs to be filled in or that employer is looking for, okay? And I hope this will help you so greatly. Okay, so start highlighting it. And then next tip is to check your tailored resume. Okay. So now what happens when you work on your general resume, you try to jot down your skills, your experiences, your achievements, and your education and technical expertise. Now is the time to check your tailored or customized resume. Because what happened is the most common question asked by me is that where we have to customize in the resume, okay, or where we have to modify, or in which area we can modify the resume, right? So if you think a little bit, so the answer is that we can customize or modify our resume in the skills section, okay, in the experience section, right? Your contact details would be same, your executive summary would be same, your headline would be same, your achievements would be also same because you cannot change those achievements, right? And then your education would be same, okay? Then maybe if you are adding some volunteer leadership roles, that would be same. The customization process would be only and only in the skills section and experience section. Okay, so these two are the major section I would say that you have to customize it. Okay, so when you have highlighted your skills, now it's the time to check your tailored resume, match up with the job description, what it says, how it says, you are the own judge of your resume right now, basically. Okay, because again, you are putting up the energies, you're putting up the time in your application, so definitely you are there to check in. Okay. Okay, so Anwar is asking a question. What's your advice for a page resume? So are you asking for a one-page resume? So if you just clear this question, I would highly appreciate it. Okay, so now the next when you check your tailored resume, now is the time basically to actually check that whether the ATS can pass our resume, or whether we match or beat the ATS. So well, there are different free tools and websites available. So one of the common and one of the most used website is available, which is jobscan.com, and you can freely sign up there and try to upload your tailored resume and the job description you are applying for. Okay, and then click, and then see what's the result there. So it might help you, and I hope it will help you to understand. Then again, I won't say that these free tools will immediately give you the 100% results. There would be still room in it, so don't worry about it. Okay, don't panic, don't hassle out, and then try to again just give it a review. Okay, and then say Bismillah to apply your job application, to send that or upload that resume, right? So in this way, basically, we have to customize our resume. Okay, so I just thought to come up and just speak about it because I just love to write resumes. I do write resumes, and there are lots of questions my clients, my network do ask me, and I just love to acknowledge them and answer in a best way that can really help. And I'm really happy when my clients are using the resume which I prepare, and they are getting the calls, when they are listening to good news, and especially when they are actually practicing those tips and techniques which I'm guiding. So definitely, guys, do give it a try to your resumes. Try to build and maintain your mindset enough that for every application you have to customize your resume. This is my personal experience. I've been through it, and I got the results when I start practicing it. And so I am here telling my network and my clients the same thing, and they are getting the results. So it's amazing. I am happy for them. Okay, so Anwar, you are asking about the one page. Yeah. Okay. Well, again, there are many thoughts on it, that why you are making your resume for the one page. Okay, number one thing. Second thing, to whom you want to send. Okay, so what happened is that if you are, let's say, a professional more than 5 years or 10 years maybe, okay, so definitely you got extensive experience, and if you put up all that extensive experience in the resume, so it would be a lengthy document, and lengthy documents are not read by the employers or recruiters, even on the online portals also. The relevancy is very important. So if you are sending the resumes or CVs to someone in your close network, okay, via emails, if someone is asking you, hey, just send me your resume and I would like to check and I would like to refer you for so and so job, and just put up all your brief information in there. Where did you work? How did you work? What type of results you brought? Okay, so then it's fine to summarize or pack up all the things in one document. That would be a executive document basically of your profile, and that would be a good choice if you sent to someone. Okay, via email, or you are handing over to someone. Okay, so for that, one page is good to go. Okay, most of the people do ask me that, can I just compress my resume to one pages? I said that, yeah, good to go. I mean, it's no document. Just see the relevancy, see the techniques, where you are applying for, to whom you are sending your application, and what is the desired role you are looking for actually. right? Either that role consists of a lot of information they are asking for, or they're asking you everything in brief. So again, you have to make a research, right? So one page executive page document or resume is good to go from my side. I just suggest. But again, if you are briefing more about your responsibilities and especially the quantifiable achievements, then it can be 1.5, 2 pages, even 2.5. Okay, so there are variant approaches, there are variant requirements for each candidate and each job application. Okay, I hope my answer helps you and works for you. Okay, so one more good news for you is that you can have the discount on impressive CV if you are looking for CV writing services. So if you click on this impressive CV.peaches.com, the link I've sent you, I will link down this website link in my streaming also. Right after this live streaming, you can go there, click there, and if you are looking any type of services and packages on Impressive CP, you can use this discount code which is in front of you, Career Success, and you can have the discount and you're good to go with the services and your plans for your career. So I welcome you to have this discount if you're looking for, or if you're looking for one-on-one. So definitely you can connect with me at LinkedIn and ask me the process. I will describe you in a brief, and then we are good to go. Okay. Thank you so much for joining in. And yeah, I'm just having one message I want to read. It's LinkedIn user. So can you just type in your name, please? So I would call you by name. The initial impression of the resume should be attractive and inviting. So do you think making a colorful resume is a good idea? All right. So yeah, please let me know your name. So I would call you by your name, and that would be great and appreciate it. All right. So attracting and inviting someone with a first impression. So if you're taking it in that way, that a first impression or first look counts, and we would be making it creative or colorful, or with icons and decoration in it. So honestly, it's very subjective. Number one thing. Number two is that colorful in what sense? You can make good headings in it. Okay, you can use good fonts which are relevant in resume writing. Okay, you can use color black and blue, a contrast. Okay, what else in designing, or what else in colorful you mean, right? Either you're just trying to ask me a question that put up more colors or icons if you're asking me. So I would suggest using the icons for the location, for the phone, for the email. Just keep it simple. Okay, no need to mention the icons just for the sake of being selected or attract. The best way to attract recruiters, employers, the reader out there is you actually. Okay, it's not about the colors, not about the icons. It's about you basically. What did you do? How did you do? Okay, and then how you connect to that person, right? So whatever you mention in your resume is relevant. Number one thing, it should be compelling in a way that it is conveying the correct message actually, as per the job description, as per the job role you're looking for. Okay, so I don't think so at all that colors or icons or decoration is a way to attract. The way to attract is to convey the message. And if I conclude this my answer, so for me, resume is based on two things. Okay, number one is the template, the structure, and number two is the content. What you are putting out. Okay, these two things can help you. These two elements, I must say, can help you to get in the game. I must say. Right. So I hope my answer helped you in a way. And if you have any more questions or queries, so just connect to me, DM me. I'm more than happy to answer you, or have a chat related to resume writing. Okay, so um, you're welcome, most welcome for connecting and tuning in. So I hope this session and a very quick session works, and looking forward to do more on the based of Q&A if you have any queries you got in. So just keep messaging me, keep contacting me, keep connecting, stay in touch basically, and I would be happy to come up with such a Q&A session and happy to help you basically. So stay tuned guys and take care of yourself. You are more than welcome to join my YouTube channel if you have missed down this streaming. I will upload this episode later in a couple of days and then you can catch there also. And feel free to leave me your answer and the feedback. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. God bless.